Peace, peace. Greetings and blessings. It's your sister Shar Star. So, finally, going to wrap up this. Finally pulled up the chat that I had been meaning to finish sharing for like the past 3 videos now. But yeah, so today, I guess, little astro check-in. Um, Today is the start of Saturn retrograde, and yeah, I'm feeling great. Really in a good space. Mercury finally went direct a few days ago, and so we're still in the shadow period, and I'm still very much in a introspective, reflective mode. This retrograde is actually bringing me back to my thoughts and things that were coming up for me during the Capricorn full moon at the end of June, which was actually also the start of Mercury retrograde, which was actually at the end or after I had just completed my workshop, my most recent workshop, and our creative play day, and that was an awesome experience. And so I was already thinking about, just business practice and stuff, and where I'm heading with things, and just assessing, and at that time it was like, as we were approaching the start of June, I was looking at it as, going into the second half of the year, like, as a coach. Oopsie. Looking at this like a game, and, just reassessing where I need to make adjustments and pivot. Yeah. Went strong in the second half. So that's where we at right now. So that's what brought up the whole I always very self-aware, and or like to be. So I'm always assessing myself and studying self and trying to improve self. Not trying, but working to consciously every day. But yeah, where was I going? Oh, yeah. So in that assessment, realizing like, damn, I've been doing a lot, but don't really have anything to show for it. And one of the reasons is because my energy be scattered all about the place, working on 50,000 different things. So little piece here, little piece there. This one's half done. This one's 75%. This one just starting. But when my mind get an idea, oh, I got to do this now, and then I end up with 50,000 things that are not complete, and then start feeling bad and cluttered and disorganized, and then that starts a whole nother loop. But so that was one factor. And then the other aspect of not showing the shit that I've actually done or actually sharing the things that I've been creating. And I realized that I've been the main one blocking my own blessings. And I think I should do a separate video on that. The sketch that I made earlier this year when I was in that depressive cocoon phase, because that was a very critical time. But looking at it now, I still see much of that in me, even though I've done a lot of work to grow past that. I still see a lot of that still showing up. So that's the work. Yeah. But anyway, so to this, like I was saying, so yeah, that got me to thinking or realizing that, I've sort of been hiding myself from the world in a sense. And so I started looking into it a bit further as far as the fear of being seen. And I asked ChatGPT. That's what I started seeing on the previous video or whatever that got cut off. So that's why we're circling back. But anyway, so I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I at least want to share the part about what it was saying about the nervous system connections, because in the few conversations that I have had recently with community, so grateful, that others are feeling the same, and resonate with it. So it is something that I did want to just put out there officially, so I can get back to sharing all of the other stuff that's come up for me recently. But since this is where I left off before, I just want to wrap this up and get this out of the way. So anyway, so yeah, it says, okay, yeah, the phrase fear of being seen isn't actually a formal medical diagnosis. It's more of a psychological experience that can arise from several different mechanisms. Some possibilities include social anxiety, which can include fear of being evaluated, judged, criticized, or embarrassed. Low self-worth or shame, where visibility feels unsafe because being truly known feels risky. Perfectionism, where the belief is I can only be seen when I'm flawless. Imposter syndrome, and the perfectionism, self-worth a little bit, and anxiety. Yeah, so all of these pretty much. Anyway, let me just finish. Anyway, imposter syndrome, where success increases anxiety because you're afraid people will discover you're not enough. Trauma-related adaptations, where at some point in life being visible may actually have been unsafe emotionally or physically. The nervous system learns, stay small, stay quiet, don't attract attention. Or fear of success, which sounds strange but is well documented. Success changes relationships, creates expectations, and requires maintaining visibility. None of these necessarily mean there's a mental illness. They're patterns many people develop for understandable reasons. One sentence you said especially caught my attention. I don't feel like I'm in a completely healed state to guide anybody. That sentence is incredibly common among teachers, therapists, coaches, healers, ministers, artists, and physicians. The reality is that complete healing isn't a prerequisite for helping others. In many professions, it would be impossible. The healthier question becomes, am I one chapter ahead of the people I'm serving? You don't have to pretend you've arrived. You simply need to be honest about where you are. That distinction matters. Ashe. And yeah, that's something. Yeah. Okay. So this is the next part that I wanted to share. Yeah. So from a nervous system perspective, since you've been studying the vagus nerve and trauma-informed wellness, here's another lens. Visibility is not just a mindset issue, it's a nervous system issue. When your nervous system perceives visibility as danger, your body can respond with procrastination, perfectionism, endless planning, overlearning, staying behind the scenes, avoiding photos or videos, creating but not publishing, waiting until everything is ready. Literally everything. All of that is me. So let me know down below what resonates with you. But these aren't character flaws, they're protective strategies. Your body may literally interpret visibility as vulnerability. The work becomes teaching your nervous system being safe. Being seen is safe. Ashe. And yeah. Okay. Yeah, and then that was that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much Was that it? Okay, yeah, this was nice too. So finally, I'd like to leave you with something you said because I think it contains your answer. My heart knows that. My heart knows that's all the more reason for me to be in this work because I'm going through it myself. That was the quote that I said. I don't remember. I was transcribing while I was walking one morning, so I don't even remember word for word what I said, but I'm sure, whatever. Anyway, but chat said, yeah, that doesn't sound like hypocrisy. It sounds like integrity. Hypocrisy is pretending you've already mastered what you haven't. Integrity is saying, this is the path I'm walking. Come walk with me. Oh, yeah, so that's what I was saying, that feeling like and knowing that, you know, my work is so connected to the sun and the solar plexus, I feel like a hypocrite promoting that, you know, if I'm not truly living that and being all shiny and bright with a balanced solar plexus myself. But yeah, that's the work is just being honest about where I am on my path. And something shut down. But yeah, that the dark days do come, but they're required, you know, for stars to really shine. So I embrace it all, and I'm growing through it. I'm in a much better state and space because of it, and things are definitely looking up and feeling good, feeling great. And there's a lot more to get to, so I will probably do a separate retrograde recap. So this was just to finish up on the visibility wound, to get that out the way. But yeah, joy.